Welcome to Shreveport Connection. This with Tommy. This video is on your WWE Fastlane results. Starting off with the pre-show. Mojo Rawley, Shelton Benjamin, and Chad Gable versus Tyler Breeze, Fandango, and Ty Dillinger. We go to the ring out first. Comes Breezango for the six-man kickoff match. We see Fashion Files video from earlier with these two teams facing off backstage to set up the match. Ty Dillinger was out next to join Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are out first for their team. Out next comes Mojo Rawley. Gable starts off with Breeze. Gable talks trash and tosses Breeze as he approaches. Fandango comes in and puts on wrestling headgear that Ty handed him. Fans pop. Fandango looks to try and tangle on the mat with Gable, but he gets slammed. Breeze tags back in. Gable drops to the mat and invites Breeze to try and out wrestle him. Breeze hops on Gable's back like a horse. They go at it, and Breeze nails the drop kick. Shelton comes in, but also gets drop kicked. Mojo comes in, but Ty and Fandango assist to clear the ring. Shelton and Mojo recover on the floor before Gable floors Breeze. Gable looks down at Breeze as we go to commercial. Back for the break. Shelton works Breeze over. Shelton drops knees over Breeze's arm and keeps him grounded by the arm. Breeze tries to make a tag, but Benjamin drops Breeze by his arm and covers for a 2 count. Gable tags in, and they double team Breeze with several moves. Gable with a 2 count. Gable keeps Breeze grounded. Gable ends up hitting an overhead belly to belly, but Fandango breaks up the pin attempt. Mojo tags in and stalks Breeze before going to work on him. Fan chant, "You can't wrestle at Mojo." Mojo says he didn't come out here to wrestle. Mojo rams Breeze back into the corner and hits him with a shoulder thrust. Mojo knocks Fandango off the apron after taunting Dillinger. Mojo turns around and Breeze drops him. Ty and Gable tag in. Ty unloads, knocking Shelton off the apron. Mojo comes in, but Ty also takes him out. Ty goes back to work on Gable and gets fired up as the fans pop and do the 10 chant. Ty exposes his knee and goes for the tiebreaker, but Shelton runs in. Fandango takes out Shelton. Gable blocks a super kick and rolls Ty up for a 2 count. Gable with an overhead kick. Shelton tags in and lifts Ty as Gable goes to the top. Ty fights out. Gable lands on his feet, but Breeze hits him with a beater shot. Shelton gets sent to the apron and brought down by Ty. Mojo and Ty go at it with a near fall. Ty ends up dropping Mojo with a shot to the face and covering for the pin. After the match, Ty and Breezango celebrate in the middle of the ring. We go back to the panel for more comments on the card. They talk about tonight's main event, and Booker believes Baron Corbin will win. Otunga, David Otunga is back with pre-show events as well. Otunga picked John Cena to win, and Sam believes AJ Styles will retain. Renee argued with Otunga. That's it for the kickoff. I was predicting AJ to retain myself. 2018 pay-per-view. Fastlane opens up with Tom Phillips, Corey Grace, Byron Saxon, welcome here to the show. First matchup, we got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev. We go right to the ring. Out comes Shinsuke Nakamura to pop. Greg Hamilton does the ring introductions. Out comes Aiden English. He sings and raps about Rusev Day and Nakamura taking a shot at Columbus. English introduces Rusev, and out he comes to a pop. Rusev marches to the ring with English as we see some of the international announced teams at ringside. Fans do dueling chants for both superstars as they lock up and get a feel for each other. Rusev takes Nakamura down and covers for a 1 count. They trade holds. Rusev taking control. Nakamura nails a kick, stops Rusev in his tracks. Nakamura with some offense and a knee drop for a quick pin attempt. Rusev rocks Nakamura with a right hand as the dueling chants start back up. They trade holds, and Nakamura turns it around. Nakamura ducks a shot and shows off some. Nakamura taunts Rusev and tells him to bring it. Rusev rolls out of the ring for a breather with English. Fans boo. Nakamura taunts Rusev as he takes his time on the outside. Rusev makes it in at the 9 count, but goes right back to the floor for more boos. Nakamura follows and unloads on the floor. Nakamura brings Rusev to the apron and hits the high knee. Nakamura drops down with a knee to the back of the neck now. Nakamura rolls Rusev back in the ring as the fans do dueling chants. Rusev drops Nakamura on the apron as he tries to come back in as Nakamura was staring at English. Rusev knocks Nakamura to the floor, sending him into the barrier and then to the apron. Rusev rams Nakamura back into the apron again. Rusev brings it back into the ring for a close 2 count. Nakamura tries to fight back now, but Rusev keeps him tied up. Nakamura finally counters and takes Rusev down with a heel hook. Rusev makes it to the bottom rope and breaks the hold. Rusev catches Nakamura with a big slam for a 2 count. Rusev drops an elbow and keeps Nakamura down. More dueling chants as Rusev slows the match back down. Nakamura looks to make a comeback, but Rusev rocks him with big shots to the gut. They run the ropes and Nakamura drops Rusev with a big flying kick. Nakamura with kicks while Rusev is on his knees now. Nakamura drops Rusev. Rusev crawls to the corner. Nakamura runs with a big knee into the corner. Nakamura places Rusev across the top rope and runs in with a high knee for another 2 count. Nakamura with more knees. Nakamura keeps Rusev grounded. Rusev powers up while in a submission, but Nakamura brings it right back down. Rusev nails a follow-away slam. Rusev with more offense and a huge kick to drop Nakamura on his face. Rusev only gets a 2 count. Rusev goes for a Machka kick, but Nakamura blocks it. They trade big shots and Rusev takes the leg out. Now Nakamura comes right back and drops Rusev. More back and forth with counters. Rusev goes for an accolade but can't get it locked in. Nakamura drops Rusev and goes to the corner to wait for him to get up. Nakamura goes for the Kasasha, but Rusev shuts him down with a Machka kick. Nakamura kicks out at 2, and Rusev can't believe it. Rusev stomps on Nakamura's spine and goes for an accolade, but it's blocked again. Nakamura drops Rusev and nails the Kasasha for the pin in the win. After the match, Nakamura throws a towel, points at the WrestleMania 34 sign as his music hits. We go to replays. Nakamura stands on the top rope and points up at the WrestleMania sign, and fans pop again. And we go to a pay-per-view commercial, which is nothing but we get a promo for the next match. U.S. title match, Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode. Well, I was predicting Bobby Roode to win this match. Well, let's go to the action. We go to ring out. First comes Randy Orton. U.S. champion Bobby Roode is out next with his glorious entrance. Former ring instructions from Greg Hamilton. They lock up and trade holds in the middle of the ring. Roode works on the arm, but Orton drops Roode. Roode gets right back on his feet, and we have a stalemate. They go at it, and Orton gets the upper hand. They run the ropes, and Roode drops Orton. Roode poses some after getting the upper hand again. Roode runs the ropes, and Orton drops him with a big back elbow. Fan chant for the RKO as a face up and lock up again. Orton takes control again, and we get another face off. Roode with a headlock. Orton takes it to the corner. Roode with a chop, but Orton uppercuts him. Orton avoids a glorious DDT and scrambles to the floor. Orton goes to the floor for a breather. We see Jinder Mahal and Sunil Singh watching on the screen backstage. Orton comes back in, tangling on the rope with Roode, but Orton takes control and drops Roode over the top rope. Orton covers for a quick pin attempt. Orton works Roode around the ring. Roode comes out of the corner with a big clothesline, only gets a 1 count. Roode's in control, drops a knee for a 1 count. Orton breaks free from a hold, but Roode kept him down. Orton blocked a suplex and nails one of his own. Roode, it was more offense, including a big shot out of the corner. Roode goes to the top, nails a flying clothesline with a neck breaker. Roode missed a glorious DDT. Orton comes back and unloads. Orton with a power slam. Roode goes to the apron to avoid a pin. Orton goes for a second rope draping DDT, but Roode avoided it. Orton drops Rude over the top rope. Orton runs into a boot in the corner. Rude stands up and nails the blockbuster for a 2 count. More back and forth. Orton finally hits the second rope Jamie DDT. Orton gets fired up and looks at the WrestleMania banner. Orton drops down and goes for the RKO, but it's blocked. Orton blocks Rude before a quick pin attempt. Rude dumped Orton over the top rope to the floor. Rude followed out. They go at it on the floor. Orton drops Rude over the barrier hard. They end up back in the ring, and Orton takes Rude to the top. Orton rocks Rude a few times. Orton climbs up for a superplex, but Rude fights back. Rude countered and went for a sunset flip, but Orton countered. Rude kept trying and slams Orton to the mat for a close 2 count. Rude goes back up to the top, but Orton crotched him by taking his leg out. Orton climbs up for a superplex and nails it this time. Orton is slow to make the cover as Rude kicks out at 2. We get a replay of the superplex. They trade shots in the middle of the ring. Rude counters an uppercut and goes for a backslide, but Orton kicks out at 2. Orton blocks a glorious DDT and Rude blocks the RKO. Rude catches Orton with a big spine buster for a close 2 count. Orton runs into a boot in the corner. Rude goes up top for a blockbuster, but Orton catches him on the way down with the RKO for a huge pop. Orton covers and is your new United States champion. And is now your 10th Grand Slam champion. After the match, Orton took the title and stood tall. As the fans pop, we get a replay. They come back to Orton celebrating. Music interrupts and out comes Jinder Mahal. Orton stares him down. Jinder enters the ring, kicks Orton in the gut, and then drops him. Rude comes over and fights Jinder, dropping him with a glorious DDT. Rude grabs Orton and hits him with a DDT. Next, Rude stands tall and leaves the ring as his music hits. We get a WrestleMania 34 promo for Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. KO and Sami Zayn are backstage in the locker room. Owens isn't happy and asks if Sami is just here to lie to him again. Sami downplays what happened on SmackDown and says that he's still Owens' guardian angel. Sami says Owens can still count on him for tonight and he will not let him down. Owens walks away while Sami is still talking. Next match, we got Becky Lynch and Naomi versus Carmella and Natalya. We go to the ring. Out first comes Naomi, followed by a partner, Becky Lynch. Carmella was out next with her Money in the Bank briefcase. Natalya was out last for her team. We see more of the international announce team in the arena as Natalya makes her way to the ring. Carmella starts off with Becky as they go at it. Becky with her early 1 count. They talk trash and Becky shoves Carmella. Becky tries to take Carmella down with a disarmer, but Carmella goes to the bottom rope. Carmella takes Becky to the corner, and in comes Natalya for some double teaming. Natalya takes Becky down and walks on her. Natalya taunts Naomi, allowing Becky to roll her up from behind. Only gets a 2 count. Becky takes control of Natalya, and in comes Naomi for some double teaming. Naomi with a big slap to the face for a 2 count. Natalya shoves Naomi, but Naomi comes back with low kicks. Naomi charges and floors at Natalya. Naomi misses in the corner, and Natalya drops her. Natalya runs the ropes, but Naomi hits a modified stunner. Naomi goes for a split-legged moonsault from the corner, but Carmella comes over, and Naomi has to kick her off the apron. Natalya takes advantage and powerbombs Naomi to the mat for a close 2 count. Natalya wastes some time and covers for a 2 count. Carmella tags in and works over Naomi, taking it to the corner. Carmella shows off some and hits a Bronco Buster in the corner. Carmella with another pin attempt and more offense, grinding Naomi's face into the mat. As Carmella keeps Naomi grounded and talks trash. Naomi fights up and goes for a slam, but it's blocked. Naomi goes for a tag, but Carmella brings her down by her hair. Natalya tags back in and keeps Naomi grounded. More back and forth now. Carmella tags in and uses the ropes for a submission on Naomi. Referee counts as she breaks it. Carmella with more use of the hair as the referee warns her Carmella goes wild on Naomi and beats her while she's face down on the apron. And Carmella gets a 2 count for a pin attempt. Natalya tags in, but Naomi spears Carmella back into the corner. Natalya grabs Naomi, but Naomi breaks free and tags in Becky. Becky unloads on Natalya, running her over and dropping her with a kick. Becky with a neck exploder suplex. Becky gets fired up and the fans pop for her. Natalya sends Becky to the apron, but Becky hits her with strikes. Becky goes to the top and nails a missed drop kick. Carmella tags in, but Becky kicks her. Carmella nails a jawbreaker. Naomi tags in and kicks Carmella from the apron. Naomi brings it in with a sunset flip, but Carmella kicks out at 2. Carmella avoiding the rear view. Naomi botched her springboard kick, but drops Carmella with it. Becky tags in and leaps from the top, but Natalya breaks the pin attempt. Naomi tries to tangle with Natalya, but Natalya sends her to the floor. Becky sends Natalya to the floor. Carmella and Becky go at it now. Natalya gets on the apron and provides a distraction, allowing Carmella to bring Becky from the top. With scissors, Naomi breaks that pin attempt just in time. Natalya tries to hand in the Money in the Bank briefcase to Carmella. While the referee is distracted by Naomi, Becky pushes Carmella to the side and knocks Natalya off the apron. Becky turns around to the big kick from Carmella for the pin. The winners of the match, Natalya and Carmella. After the match, Carmella and Natalya celebrate on the ramp as the music hits. We get a replay and come back to the heels leaving as Carmella raises the briefcase. We get a backstage comedy promo from New Day to promote Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, which will be hosted by John Cena later this month. The announcers lead us to a video package on the rivalry between the New Day and Usos. SmackDown Tag Team title match, New Day versus Usos. We go to the ring. Out comes New Day first. They're throwing down pancakes. Out next comes SmackDown Tag Team Champions Usos. No formal ring introductions. Bell rings and Xavier faces off with Jimmy in the ring. Kofi waits on the apron as Big E looks on from ringside. They talk trash and start unloading on each other. Jey Uso tags in, but Woods doesn't see it. He continues to go at it with Jimmy, but Jey comes in and levels Woods. Jey stomps away on Woods in the corner and makes a quick tag to Jimmy. They unload in the corner with stomps, mocking the Unicorn Stampede. More quick tags and stomps from the Usos. Usos with a big double team in the corner for a 2 count. Kobe finally gets a tag and springboards in, unloading on Jey. Jimmy comes in, but also gets taken down. Kobe works over Jey and nails the boom drop. Fans rally for Kobe as he waits for trouble in paradise. Jey blocked it and dropped Kobe. Sending him into the corner, Jimmy tags in and as Kobe drops Jey. Kobe sends Jimmy to the floor. Kobe with a big running Rikishi splash in the corner, talking trash and mocking Uso. Jimmy runs back in and takes down Kobe. Jimmy with a Samoan drop. Kobe looks to come back, but Jimmy drops him. Jimmy mocks Kobe, hitting the boom drop. Jimmy goes for the trouble in paradise, but Kobe ducks. Kobe goes for the move, but now misses. Uso take another move from their opponents. It's like a video game with still the opponents. A finisher. And they hit a midnight hour. Jey covers and he only gets a 2 count. Jey waits for Kobe to get up, runs for a splash in the corner, but Kobe moved and Jey hits the ring post. Woods is finally back on the apron and ready for a tag. Kobe makes it, and Woods runs into knee Jimmy off the apron. Jey rolls Woods up for a 2 count. They go at it, and Jey hits a big super kick. Woods comes back with kicks of his own. Woods with more super kicks than both opponents as Kobe provides a distraction. Kobe tags in and goes to the top. Woods super kicks Jey, and Kobe follows up, stealing the splash for the Usos. Jay kicks out at 2, and the New Day can't believe it. Woods and company goes to steal another move, but it backfires, and they get sent to the floor. Big E checks on them. The Usos run the ropes and take out all 3 members. The New Day with dives. Music hit, out comes Harper and Rowan. Rowan for the Bludgeon Brothers, while all 5 are on the floor down the ringside. Harper blasts Big E and then attack the participants for the belt. Where does it? No contest finish. Harper and Rowan destroy both teams at ringside, uses the ring post and the sledgehammers. They drive Uso into the floor. They roll Big E into the ring. Double suplex Woods from the apron to the floor. Rowan rolls his partner into the ring. Harper stares down Big E and smashes him in the corner. Rowan drops Kofi on the floor. Harper sends Big E to the floor, and Rowan follows. Destroying Big E on the outside, they slam the Usos into each other, and then slam them on top of each other on the floor. Rowan scoops Harper and slams him on top of the Usos. Harper slams Rowan on top of the Usos next. Graves asks for the police to come stop Harper and Rowan. Fans out for tables. Rowan brings the mallets over and hands one to Harper. Rowan sends Uso into the steel steps, and Harper checks him over the barrier to the crowd. Bludgeon Brothers go to leave as some fans boo, but they've also received some cheers. They stop at the bottom of the ramp, turn back around, taking apart the steel steps. Rowan grabs Woods, and they double power bomb him on top of the steps. Trainers check on the Usos and the New Day as Bludgeon Brothers march up the ramp with their music plays. Paramedics are bringing out a stretcher to take Xavier out of the arena. The announcers play up the seriousness of the situation as the back of his head was hit the bottom portion of the steel steps. And the announcers play up the seriousness of the situation as the New Day and the Usos suffering around the ring. Woods is shaking as he is put onto a stretcher. We get a WrestleMania 34 promo for Roman Reigns versus Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. We get another look at the New Day and the Usos being checked on. Renee Young backstage with champion AJ Styles, asking him about the odds in his main event. AJ talks about how he's been overcoming hardships his whole life, turning impossible to phenomenal. AJ goes on about how his WrestleMania 34 moment begins tonight. But Shinsuke Nakamura walks up. Nakamura says he hopes AJ wins tonight so he can beat. AJ tells him to stop. AJ says he will retain tonight and make it to WrestleMania. Then it will be Nakamura that gets beat. AJ walks off. We go back to ringside area. It's a New Day and the Usos are being helped away. Announcers lead us to replays. Woods is stretchered away, while Kofi and Big E are assisted by the referees. Jimmy and Jay are also being helped to the back. We get a promo for your next match, women's title match, Ruby Riott versus Charlotte Flair. Back to the ring, out comes leader of the Riott Squad herself, Ruby Riott. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair was out next. We get formal ring introductions from Greg Hamilton. They go at it as Riott goes for an early Riott kick, but it's blocked. They go at it in. Flair tries for an early figure 4, but has no luck. They go at it again and end up on the ropes. Ruby kicks the top rope to make it clothesline Flair. Flair catches Ruby with a fall-away slam. Flair charges in the corner and gets kicked back. Ruby is on Flair's back in the corner now. Flair rams her back, but can't knock her off. Ruby stays locked onto Flair's back and causes them to tumble to the apron and then out to the floor. Flair brings them back and sends Ruby into the barrier a few times. Flair brings it back in the ring and is distracted by Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, who have appeared at ringside. Flair is distracted as Ruby kicked her in the back of the head from the apron. Ruby worked Flair over and brings her back to the ring. Ruby dropped Flair with a Riott kick and covers for a very close to a count. Ruby distracts the referee and says something is in her eye. Liv and Logan stalking Flair on the outside, but Naomi and Becky Lynch come down the ringside to even up the odds. Ruby brings Flair back in the ring as the other four argue at ringside. Ruby mounts Flair with strikes. Ruby tries to overpower Flair, but Flair hits a slingshot suplex to turn it around. Flair gets dropped face first in the corner. Ruby with a cannonball senton. Kevin Owens out of the corner for a 2 count as Liv and Logan cheer her on. Ruby works Flair over with more offense and keeps her grounded in the middle of the ring. Ruby keeps Flair down with a submission as Liv and Logan look on, taunting her. Ruby bends Flair back as Becky and Naomi cheer her on. Riot continues to work Flair around the mat and talk trash about her failing while tightening the holds. Ruby breaks a hold and drops Flair with a STO for a 2 count. Ruby goes to the top, but it backfires. Flair looks to make a comeback now and hits a neck breaker. Flair goes to the top for a moonsault, but Ruby comes back and knocks her out to the floor. Ruby runs the ropes for a dive, but Flair catches her on the floor and launches her into the barrier. Flair stands on top of the barrier and nails a moonsault for a pop. Flair brings her back into the ring for a 2 count. Flair with a single leg takedown. Figure 4 is blocked, but Flair charges with a knee to the jaw. Flair misses in the corner and hits a boot. Ruby comes right back and climbs to the top with Flair. Flair fights back. Ruby climbs up and hits a Hurricane Rana for a 2 count. We get a replay of the move. Ruby with chops to the chest, and they work their ways up to their feet, mocking Flair. Flair takes them and gets fired up, delivering chops back of her own as the fans do the woos with her. Flair counters with a backbreaker and sends Ruby into the middle rope. Ruby counters and sends Flair face first into the corner. Liv and Logan try to enter the ring, but it's just to bait Becky and Naomi into the ring. Referee is distracted. He ejects Naomi and Becky, allowing Liv and Logan to run over and beat on Flair. The referee turns around, sees something is up. He also ejects Liv and Logan. Ruby isn't happy. Fans sing the na 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 hey goodbye, and Liv screams as they hit to the back. Flair takes advantage of the distraction, but it was a weak version of it. Flair takes advantage of the distraction and makes a comeback on Ruby. Ruby rolls her up for a 2 count out of nowhere. Flair blocks the riot kick. Flair catches Ruby and catapults her face first into the corner. Ruby smacks her face on the turnbuckle. Flair spears Ruby and goes for the figure 4 in the middle of the ring and bridges into the figure 8 as Ruby immediately taps out. After the match, Flair is so tall with the title as we go to replays. We come back and out comes Raw Superstar Asuka as the music hits and the fans pop. Asuka marches in the ring, stares Flair down. Asuka faces off with Flair and points up in the WrestleMania 34 sign. The Empress of Tomorrow is catching in her Royal Rumble title shot against Flair at WrestleMania 34. Asuka leaves as her music plays. Flair points at her and Asuka smiles back while heading to the back. Flair looks up at the WrestleMania banner. The announcers give up an update on the New Day and the Usos as they are being checked on. Xavier is suffering from some sort of spine contusion and has been taken to a local hospital. There's a video package for tonight's main event. 6-pack challenge for the WWE title. KO versus John Cena versus Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles. We go to the ring for tonight's main event. Out comes SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon. No Daniel Bryan tonight. Who will be watching from ringside? John Cena is there. He's out to a mixed reaction from the crowd. Baron was out next, followed by Ziggler. Third, Kevin Owens was out next. Fourth, Sami was out fifth. And your champion was out last for a pop. We get formal ring introductions from Greg Hamilton. Bell rings and Cena hits the attitude adjustment on Sami, then Owens, then Corbin, then Ziggler. AJ charges and Cena puts his brakes on. They face off as the fans pop. Cena and AJ are all alone in the ring. They go at it and Cena gets the upper hand. They trade shots in the middle of the ring now. Cena goes for an attitude adjustment, but AJ countered. AJ nailed Cena and then goes for a Styles Clash, but it's avoided. AJ goes to the apron, but the other four superstars jump on the apron now and stare down Cena and AJ. They enter and surround Cena. AJ joins them. And Cena gets beat down by all five superstars. Cena gets sent to the floor to regroup. AJ and Owens go at it while Sammy and Corbin work on Sammy. AJ and Owens brawl to the floor. Corbin works over Sammy and Ziggler joins them. Also on the floor, Corbin runs over and decks Owens and AJ, going from man to man with strikes. Corbin rolls AJ in, but Owens decks Corbin from behind. Corbin launches Owens into the barrier as Shane looks on. Corbin returns to the ring, but AJ rolls him up for a 2 count. AJ sends Corbin over the top. Sammy runs in and tangles with AJ over for a 2 count. AJ tosses Sammy to the floor. AJ turns around to a knee from Owens. AJ counters Owens for a roll up for a 2 count. AJ then plants Owens on his face. Corbin comes back in and goes at it with AJ, but he gets dropped. Ziggler runs in, but AJ hits him with a neck breaker. AJ avoids a Helluva kick and nails an inverted DDT from the corner for a 2 count as Owens breaks up the pinfall. Fan chant for AJ as Owens gets the best of him. Owens goes to the top, but AJ rocks him. AJ climbs up, but Owens fights him and headbutts him to the gut. Headbutts him to the mat. Corbin comes in and tosses AJ to the floor. Sammy kicks Corbin, but Corbin floors Sammy. Cena runs in and drops Corbin. Ziggler with a DDT on Cena. Owens with a frog splash on Ziggler, but AJ broke up the pin attempt. Owens and AJ go at it as fans do dueling chants for Cena. AJ nails a Pele kick. Styles goes for the Styles Clash, but it gets sent to the floor. Corbin runs in and goes at it with Owens. Corbin with a chokeslam backbreaker. Ziggler with a zigzag on Corbin. Cena runs in and plants Ziggler. Then Cena. Cena calls for a 5-knuckle shuffle on Sammy and Ziggler. And nails it. Cena goes for the attitude adjustment on Ziggler, but it's turned into a famouser for a 2 count. Ziggler cranks up the band and Cena gets riled up. Cena ducks the superplex and applies the STF on Ziggler. AJ runs in and breaks up the submission. AJ goes for the Styles Clash, but it's blocked. AJ tries again and nails the Styles Clash, but Sammy breaks the pin at 2 count. Sammy mounts AJ with strikes. Corbin comes in, but Sammy rocks him. Corbin knees Sammy and sends him to the floor, sends him to the apron. Sammy keeps fighting and rams Corbin into the turnbuckle. He springboards up, but Corbin drops him and sends him to the floor. Corbin ends up hitting the Dream Crusher on Dream Crusher clothesline. Clothesline on Owens. Corbin catches AJ with a deep stick, but Styles runs to the floor. Corbin drops Ziggler, but misses the end of days. Corbin and Ziggler go to the floor. Corbin tosses Ziggler over the barrier into the crowd. Corbin follows Ziggler over into the crowd and slams him into the barrier, or a barrier. Corbin charges, but puts Ziggler through a set of hockey glass boards, but they both go through them and go down. Owens rocks AJ at ringside now. Owens takes apart one of the announce table as the fans cheer. Owens talks trash and goes to put AJ through the announce table, but Styles turns it around. Styles closes down Sammy over the barrier and into the timekeeper's area as Shane looks on. Cena comes over and joins Owens on top of the announce table. Cena goes for the attitude adjustment, but Owens scrambles away. Cena grabs AJ and puts him through the announce table with an attitude adjustment. Cena rolls Owens into the ring, but runs into a big boot in the corner. Sammy runs in and drops Cena. Cena rolls to the floor. Sammy and Owens face off in the middle of the ring now. Sammy says he's a man of his word and will do it. Fans boo as it looks like Sammy is about to lay down for Owens. Real slow like. Sammy lays down, but Owens hesitates. Sammy suckers Owens in and rolls him up for a 2 count. They unload on each other in the middle of the ring now. Sammy gets the upper hand and Owens goes to the floor. Sammy follows, and Owens launches him hard into the barrier. Owens goes to powerbomb Sammy on the floor, but he jumps to the apron. Owens goes for the powerbomb on the apron, but Sammy dodged it, and they both end up on the floor now. Sammy crawls over towards Shane, talks some trash to him. Shane stands up, faces off with Sammy. Owens goes for a super kick, but Sammy moves, and Owens takes out Shane with the kick. Sammy jumps through the ropes and hits the big corner DDT on the floor, as he's known for, taking Owens down. Fans chant, "This is awesome now." Sammy brings Owens back into the ring and waits for him to get up. Sammy goes for a haluva kick, but Sammy covers Owens, but Shane pulls him out of the ring. Sammy and Shane argue. Ziggler covers Owens and for a 2 count, but Sammy runs in and breaks it up. Corbin takes out Cena with the steel steps on the outside. Corbin brings the steps in and drops Sammy with them. Then Ziggler and Owens. Cena stumbles to his feet in the ring, and Corbin goes for the steps shot, but Cena blocks it. Cena grabs the steps and rocks Corbin with them twice, knocking him down. Cena grabs Corbin for the attitude adjustment on the steel steps, and he hits it. Cena covers, but Ziggler breaks up pinfall at 2 count. Cena launches the steps out of the ring at Corbin. Ziggler super kicks Cena, but Cena drops him with the attitude adjustment. Cena goes for the attitude adjustment, but Owens runs in and stops it. Owens with a pop-up powerbomb on Cena. AJ springboard in and out of nowhere and hits a phenomenal. AJ springboards in out of nowhere and hits the phenomenal forearm on Owens for the pinfall. Winner and still champion, AJ Styles. After match, AJ stood tall with a WWE title. As we go to replays, as his music plays, Shane stops and looks at Sammy before making his exit. Cena watches from the corner as AJ celebrated with the WrestleMania 34 banner hanging high. The announcer's hype. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles for WrestleMania. AJ looks up at the WrestleMania banner and talks about being champion. AJ hits the ringside and raises the title while looking up at the banner. Fastlane goes off the air at that point, and that concludes my results for a Fastlane pay-per-view. Thanks again. See you. Want to be you? If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.